This is Northern Ireland. With its rugged fields, castle ruins, and serene coastal view, it's no surprise that it was a set for the blockbuster television series Game of Thrones. Every year, thousands of people flock here to see the set and the Belfast shipyard where the famous Titanic was built. But Northern Ireland was not always peaceful. Even though it is located in the north of the island of Ireland, it still remains part of the United Kingdom. And for decades, Northern Ireland was torn apart by violence between Catholics and Protestants. This conflict, known as the Troubles, killed over 3,500 people and injured thousands. But on April 10, 1998, 30 years of violence was finally put to rest with the Good Friday Agreement. So what is the Good Friday Agreement and why was it needed in the first place? In the early 20th century, Ireland was part of the United Kingdom. Following the demand of the Irish people, by 1921, Ireland became an independent country. But the British government kept a region in the north of the island as a part of the United Kingdom. Protestants and Catholics inhabited the region, which is now known as Northern Ireland. In the coming decades, Protestants started discriminating against Catholics in employment, housing, and voting. Following a protest by the Catholics, the tension between Catholics and Protestants started brewing. On January 30, 1972, the Ireland Civil Rights Association held a peaceful march. The protest was in support of the members of Irish Republican Army who were detained without trial. Across Northern Ireland, British troops were deployed to maintain law and order. But during the march, people started pelting stones at the British Army soldiers. In response, the soldiers tried curbing the unrest with tear gas and water cannons, and later opened fire on the crowd. The firing killed 13 people and injured many more. This tragic event in the city of Derry is infamously known as Bloody Sunday. The conflict snowballed into further violence. For the next 30 years, bombings, shootings, and arson killed 3,500 people and injured thousands of others. The Catholics wanted to unite with the rest of Ireland, but the Protestants wanted to remain part of the United Kingdom. Both factions had paramilitary forces to engage in violence. But in 1998, a peace agreement known as the Good Friday Agreement was signed, which brought an end to the decades of violence. The agreement was the result of years of negotiations and discussions involving many groups and individuals. Some key members who helped secure the agreement were John Hume, the leader of Social Democratic and Labour Party in Northern Ireland, Gary Adams, the leader of political wing of the IRA, Bill Clinton, the US President who helped pave the way for the negotiation, George J. Mitchell, the US Senator who chaired the talks, and Britain's Prime Minister Tony Blair, whose government brokered the agreement. The agreement allowed a power sharing between Catholics and Protestants in Northern Ireland. It also laid the path for a joint government between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. As part of the agreement, armed forces agreed to dispose of their weapons, people who have been involved in violence were released from prison, and the UK government agreed to scale back its military presence. Furthermore, people born in Northern Ireland can have Irish or British nationality or both. And finally, Northern Ireland will remain part of the UK and can only change through a referendum. But the discussions have always been whether it should become part of the United Islands. After Brexit, Northern Ireland became the only part of the UK to have a land border with an EU country, the Republic of Ireland. Checks are required on goods transported between the UK and the EU's market. To smoothen this process, both sides agreed to stop checks on the Irish border. 2023 marks 25 years of the Good Friday Agreement. Today, the region faces social and economic challenges, but the situation is much improved compared to the violent past.